What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I cover the latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you up to date on what's going on in the crypto space. And yeah, the title is kind of clickbaity. The McRIB is back at McDonald's, November 11th, 11/11. And again, it is not a bullish signal, but there are some correlations sometimes where the McRIB came out and then Bitcoin started going up, but it is not a true catalyst point. I thought it'd just be fun to share the article with you about it, talking about it. But hey, he's going to get the McRIB. But before we get into that, I hope everyone's staying nice and warm out there. It is cold here in Florida. It was like 43 this morning, probably in the 50s. I got my Bitcoin bed blanket underneath here because it is cold in the club right now. We got the heater on. But yeah, so let's go into the news. What's going on in the space? I don't really have any Twitter news articles or posts going for you, but lots of stuff is going on. So let's not waste any time and just dive right on in. But let's start off with Bitcoin's price. First up, we are currently at $103,395. It's down 1% or 1.73% in the last 24 hours. So where is it going to go? I hope we start making our way back up. It was nice getting out of that $98,000 range, low 100. So hopefully I'm hoping we can go back. But let's talk about the news now. Let's talk about the McDonald's executors of Bitcoin crowd with McRIB return. So Bitcoin sometimes pumps when the McRIB returns. Will this sweet slathered meat help Bitcoin repeat the feat? Well, we just got to wait and find out. But the price of Bitcoin rose on Monday as McDonald's prepared for the McRIB's return in the U.S., mirroring momentum seen alongside the sandwich showing up last year. Now, for several years, the sandwich's availability has been informally linked to periods of strength for leading the digital asset by market cap, as well as stock indices like the S&P 500 as well kind of rose with it. Now, the dynamic was referenced by McDonald's senior marketing director, Guillaume Huin, who said on X on Monday that the barbecue-flavored fan favorite has recently found new meaning on the internet within the trading and crypto community. Now, the legendary McRIB returned 11/11 at most McDonald's in the United States. It is our most mentioned limited-time product online, higher than other evergreen items, particularly on X. And it was tweeted out that, funnily enough, and entirely independent of McDonald's involvement, the McRIB has recently found a new meaning. Now, some claim Bitcoin and S&P 500 tend to perform well after the McRIB makes a comeback, particularly in 2017, 2020, 2021. So again, like I was saying, this isn't a true catalyst point for price action to go up with Bitcoin. If anything, we want to pay attention to the news articles more of government ending its shutdown. We're going into quantitative easing. We're getting more regulations, or government's strategic reserve is full and force. So those are the news articles we want to pay attention to be actual catalyst points for Bitcoin and crypto's community. So just really want to point this out. But we do see some little slight correlations with it. But again, this is not a true catalyst point for Bitcoin just because the McRIB is back. I'm just covering an article for those of you guys tuning in right now. But last year, the McRIB's return as U.S. President Donald Trump's re-election unleashed animal spirits in the crypto market, pushing Bitcoin above the $100,000 mark for the first time. Now, this year, the sandwich returns as a 40-day, leading to a rise in price of Bitcoin and other top assets on Sunday. Now, according to Huin, McRIB is set to return to restaurants nationwide starting on Tuesday, but will only be available for a limited amount of time, as usual. Kind of sucks when it goes away. And has it been since Americans got their first taste of that barbecue sauce, pickles, onion, and pork since 1981. Now, the correlation between the McRIB's reintroduction and Bitcoin gains may be savory for some, but the trend is far from solid. In 2018, the 2022, the saucy sandwich return preceded a steep decline in Bitcoin's price to $3,250 and $15,500 respectively. So there are times when the McRIB came out and Bitcoin's price went down. But if the McRIB return is correlated with anything, it's likely related to a decline in bulk pork prices. According to an informal study published in 2011 called A Conspiracy of Hogs. Now, within the crypto sphere, the significance of the McRIB returns has been popularized by pseudonymous ex-user named Intern Bra, who works on the Monad blockchain team. Monad, isn't Coinbase coming out with an early detection with that? No, I forgot. I have an article on that. But last year, Interbra positioned to decrypt that the sandwich only moves markets when it returns to the U.S., as the McRIB returned to the restaurants in the UK for the first time in nearly a decade. Now, although the McRIB was slated to return on Tuesday, there were already sightings of the sandwich across the U.S. According to McRIB Locator, man, they actually had an app for a McRIB Locator. That's crazy. But because the sandwich's availability is not guaranteed, the website tells users to always call ahead. Now, Bitcoin has changed hands around $105,600 on Monday at 1% increase over the past day. And that was according to crypto data provider CoinGecko. And that meant Bitcoin's price had increased 6% from the $98,800 mark from the last time. So that so-called McRIB SCZN officially stated. So again, guys, so don't expect like Bitcoin price to go up because the McRIB has returned. Just I thought it was a funny article just to point out, because some people may see it as an actual like maybe trading strategy out there. Me, no, I just thought it was an entertaining article and just fun to just showcase with you for the first article of the day. And we still got 9 more articles to go, so let's keep diving on into the news. So it looks like China raises alarm over alleged U.S. role in one of the largest Bitcoin hacks. Now, I was wondering how the U.S. got so much higher in Bitcoin holdings in China, because after announcing the largest forfeiture action in history of the DOJ, the U.S. faces questions about how it accessed over 127,000 Bitcoin stolen from the Lubian mining pool. So again, like I was saying, at first, the U.S. and China was pretty on par with each other for Bitcoin holdings. But when I saw this article or this post from CoinGecko yesterday, I was like, wait a minute, the United States holds 325,000 Bitcoin and China only 190,000. I was like, where did all this extra 100,000 Bitcoin come from? Because they were on par with China at first. But now this makes sense. So let's go through this article and find out a little bit more about what really went down. So I think this was that one crypto queen or Asian lady who had that one hack back then. But China's National Cyber Defense Agency has made big claims around the alleged role of the U.S. in the multi-billion-dollar hack of Lubian, once a major Chinese Bitcoin mining pool. Now, the Chinese National Computer Virus Emergency Response Center, a state-backed cyber defense agency, on Sunday published a technical analysis report on the 127,272 Bitcoin stolen in the Lubian hack. Now, although the hack occurred in December of 2020, it remained largely unknown to the public until recently, with Arkham reporting it in August as the largest ever Bitcoin hack. Now, the CVERC's analysis came weeks after the U.S. filed a civil forfeiture complaint for 127,271 Bitcoin, worth about $14.5 billion. And that was in a criminal case against Prince Group founder Shen Zi, who reportedly owned the Bitcoin held by Lubian before it was hacked. Now, the U.S. already held seized Bitcoin, China says. So while the formally filing to seize the 14.5 Bitcoin fortune in mid-October, the U.S. government had already been holding the assets in custody, according to the incident statement. Now, those funds are presently in the custody of the U.S. government, and the statement noted, adding that the complaints is the largest forfeiture action in history of the Department of Justice. Now, here is that tweet from DB. Now, update DOJ official confirms that they have found they have the funds and says cannot comment on how they got them and has to be interesting story on how it came to be. Now, the CVRC highlighted that the U.S. government has not disclosed in the indictment on how it obtained access to these funds and claimed that the U.S. had been in control of the assets for more than a year, citing Arkham data. Now, according to that Arkham data, an address labeled Lubian.com hacker sent 120,576 Bitcoin, almost its entire holdings, now to an address labeled U.S. government. Now, Chen Zi seized funds in a single transaction on July 5th, 2024. So it just happened one time now. Where is that? Oh, there it is. So don't you love Bitcoin, how it's just so transparent? You can literally see everything happening on chain, and there it is, the 120,576 Bitcoin, or is that just 120.576 Bitcoin? Okay, never mind. But I guess these were all just lump sum transactions of it to eventually lead to that entire amount. So I first thought that was that one, but yeah, I still love though how Bitcoin's blockchain and just all crypto is all so transparent. There's no hiding anymore. But the CVERC said that the stolen Bitcoin on the Lubian hacker's address had remained dormant for nearly 4 years following the hack until the funds were fully taken over by the U.S. government last year. Now, the CVERC said that the long dormancy of the stolen Bitcoin before the US seizure is clearly inconsistent with the nature of ordinary hackers who are eager to cash out and pursue profits. Now, it is more like a precise operation orchestrated by a state-owned hacking organization. Now, the CVERC report also said that Z and his Prince group repeatedly sent messages to the hacker's address via the Bitcoin transactions of roughly $23 each, pleading for the return of the stolen Bitcoin and offering a reward, but received no response. Now, the report adds a geopolitical dimension to one of the most mysterious crypto thefts in history. According to Arkham, the batch of Libyan-derived Bitcoin holdings accounts for at least 39% of all 326.5 Bitcoin held in the U.S. government associated addresses at the time of publication. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump recently declared that the U.S. is far ahead of China and everybody else in cryptocurrency's adoption, and China is getting into it in a very big way right now, he said in an interview with the CBS News 60 Minutes on November 2nd. So he did it. So yeah, he ain't returning that Bitcoin. Like, we got it. It's ours. It's in our own custody. But again, he just doesn't want, Trump just doesn't want China to be the number one. Like, they've been trying to control the crypto market for so long, from like back in 2021 when they had like the mining ban in the country, which definitely lowered the hash rate of the Bitcoin blockchain mining. But like a week later, all those miners just moved over to like a bordering city country, which didn't have those restrictions on it, just plugged in those miners again, and boom, we're at all-time highs for the hash rate again. So China's been really trying to control, have some peace in this, but again, now they're fighting the rest of the world, because again, there's only 21 million Bitcoin and China can't have it all. So yep, so that's our China news, though, raising alarms over the US stole the seized Bitcoin, but it was already in the US's custody. But that is our China news, and just again, the competition between the US and all the rest of the world out there. And yep, US is definitely dominating with that 325,000 Bitcoin compared to China's number 2 spot. Now let's continue on with the news. What else do we have? We have Brazil classifies stablecoin payments as foreign exchange under new rules. So again, like, adoption is happening around the world, and like, we're getting more rules and regulations everywhere, making it easier to understand like just how crypto works and like how we can play fairly in the system that they have. Now hold on, let me grab Baxter because she is knocking on the door. Baxter, I tried to get you, Baxter. Now you gotta be on the lap. You gotta be on the lap. This little girl, I tried to get her to come on in, and she was like, nope, I want to beg for more food. But nope, Baxter, now you gotta stay on the lap. But let's hear about these little changes that Brazil has made with stablecoin payments and what these new rules imply. So Banco Central de Brazil's new framework brings crypto companies under banking-style oversight, extending anti-money laundering and foreign exchange rules to the stablecoins. Now, Brazil's central bank completed rules that bring crypto companies under banking-style oversight, classifying stablecoin transactions and certain self-custody wallet transfers as foreign exchange operations. Now, under resolutions 519, 520, and 521, it was published Monday that the Banco Central do Brasil established operational standards and authorization procedures for what it calls Sociedades Prestadoras de Serviços de Ativos Virtuosos. Yeah, I totally probably did not say that right, but a new category of license for virtual asset service providers operating in the country. Now, the framework extends existing rules on consumer protection, transparency, and anti-money laundering to crypto brokers, custodians, and intermediaries. Now, the rules will take effect on February 2nd, 2026, with mandatory reporting for capital market and cross-border operations set to begin on May 4th, 2026. Now, stablecoins under foreign exchange rules, what does this mean? So under the resolution of 521, a purchase, sell, or exchange of fiat-pegged virtual assets, including international transfers or payments using such assets, will be treated as foreign exchange operations. Now, with this classification, stablecoin activity will be subject to the same scrutiny as cross-border remittances or currency trades. Now, licensed foreign exchange institutions and the new SPSAVS will be able to perform these operations subject to documentation and value limitations, according to the BCB. Now, transactions with unlicensed foreign counterparts will be capped at $100,000 per transfer. Now, the rules also cover transfers to and from self-custodied wallets, when intermediated by a service provider. This means that providers must identify the wallet's owner and maintain their processes that verify their origin and destination of these assets, even if the transfer itself isn't cross-border. Now, the provision extends anti-money laundering and transparency obligations to areas previously considered outside the scope of regulated finance. Now, while the rules don't explicitly ban self-custody, they close a key reporting gap, forcing regulated exchanges and brokers to treat wallet interactions like formal foreign exchange operations. Now, the BCB says that the goal is to promote efficiency and legal clarity. So in the announcement, the BCB said its goal is to ensure greater efficiency and legal certainty, preventing regulatory arbitrage and align crypto activities with the country's balance of payments and statistics, which means making stablecoin transfers visible in official financial data. Now, the move follows months of public consultation and growing concerns from the central bank on the dominance of stablecoin use in Brazil. On February 7th, the BCB president, Gabriel Galopolo, said that around 90% of the crypto activity in Brazil involves stablecoins, and it's mainly used for payments. Now, Galopolo said that the widespread use of stablecoins in payments presented regulatory and oversight challenges, particularly in areas such as money laundering and taxation. Now, Brazil's central bank said that the new framework aims to curb scams and illicit activity while providing legal clarity to the crypto markets. Now, these new rules may impact smaller crypto businesses out there. So, how's it going to do that? But for crypto builders, this may raise compliance costs and reshape how local platforms interact with global liquidity. Now, smaller crypto players will be forced to compete with bigger institutions and meet more stringent banking grade standards. Now, the rule takes effect in February 2026, but market participants are expected to start restructuring before then. Now, for Brazil, where crypto activity is second only to Argentina in Latin America, the new regulations signal a decisive shift from experimentation to integrated oversight. The new rules show that crypto is welcome in the Brazilian financial ecosystem, but will have to play by the same rules as fiat money. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. So we'll see how that plays out. Crypto isn't supposed to play on the same rules as fiat money, but we talk about it all the time. It's just currency. It's just another form of it. So should it abide by the same rules as currency and fiat money? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. But so crypto again is very friendly in Brazil, but it's got to play the same ball game as fiat. But hey, at least they're getting some clarity out there. So again, we'll see if this is actually bullish or bearish for the country, and if companies and small businesses will not be too affected by it. Because again, this article did say that small crypto businesses may be affected by it. So we just got to wait and see how this plays out. So that is our Brazil news and what's happening down in South America. Now let's talk about Rumble. What is Rumble again? TruthFi. It's an uncensored video streaming platform. I really don't know how to give a description for Rumble. I just know it was very popular during 2020 when everyone was being censored on YouTube. But looks like Rumble is about to buy crypto miner Northern Data after investment by Tether. So reports said that the AI infrastructure purchase would be valued at about $767 million as part of a stock deal. So video sharing platform Rumble announced a business combination agreement with AI infrastructure company Northern Data following its deepening financial ties with stablecoin issuer Tether. And yeah, they've been doing some big partnerships with them lately. I keep seeing news, Tether, Rumble, TruthFi, and so they've definitely come a lot closer in their partnership. But in a Monday notice, Rumble said it would acquire Northern Data following its August announcement with Tether as part of a joint venture to purchase the AI infrastructure company. Now, Reuters reported that acquisitions would be valued at about $767 million as part of a stock deal between Rumble and Northern Data. Now, Tether did invest $775 million into Rumble back in December of 2024, citing the platform's fundamental values of freedom of speech and financial freedom, according to Paulo Arduino, the CEO of the stablecoin issuer Tether. Now, Arduino joined Rumble's investor call for the third quarter of 2025, confirming that Tether had agreed on a $150 million GPU service purchasing deal as part of the Northern Data acquisition and a $100 million advertising deal. He said, "Our investment in Rumble is about building infrastructure that protects freedoms," said Arduino in a Monday investor call. "We share the same vision of creating open platforms as a counterweight to centralized censor-prone big tech companies out there." Now, following the 2024 Tether investment, Rumble CEO Chris Pavlovsky hinted that the platform planned to attack YouTube's market share. Now, the shares price of the company Rum stock on NASDAQ rose about 7.6% in the previous 5 days, hitting $6.42 at the time of publication. Now, crypto companies are snatching up AI deals right now, so AI is still a pretty strong narrative going on. Like, it hasn't gone away yet, so it's probably going to be running into whenever we get an altcoin season. But Tether's joint interest in Northern Data with Rumble was the latest acquisition involving a cryptocurrency or blockchain company expanding into AI services. In January, Chain Analysis acquired the AI fraud detection startup Altaria for a reported $150 million as part of the blockchain analytics company, and the expansion to enhance proactive fraud protection for payments and enhance fraud detection. Now, Bitcoin miner Mara Holdings followed in August, signing a $168 million deal to acquire a 64% stake in Axion, a French company that provides AI and cloud infrastructure. So again, we're getting a lot of these crypto-friendly companies, even mining companies, like kind of like pivoting into the AI sector. They're not going full off force in it, but they do know it's an important sector because, again, the two biggest things that are collecting GPU and data out there right now is AI and crypto mining. So it just makes sense that these two will like converge and kind of like partner in with each other. But yeah, so Rumble is buying crypto miners North Data, and it was, again, a part of a deal that we heard about back in early October from Tether CEO Paulo Arduino at the Q3 was it the Rumble Q3 profits report? I forgot, I just literally read it. But yeah, so that's our Rumble news we got for you. Now, let's see, what else do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still got 6 more articles. Let's go for one more news article, and then we will take a quick commercial break. And this next article comes up on Cardano facing its first government shutdown, and Charles Hoskinson responds to it. So, like, what does this mean? Cardano faces a governance shutdown. Like, what's going on? Well, let's find out together. So Cardano's on-chain governance entered uncharted territory this weekend after the meme mascot account Hosky declared that the network's constitutional committee was dropping below the required 7 members, calling it our first official government shutdown. Now, the post followed a formal retirement notice from the Cardano Atlantic Council, a seated CC member, which said it will retire our CC keys on November 25th following the epoch transition. Now, to allow active proposals to ratify or expire. So what the Cardano governance shutdown means. So the proximate cause is political as much as procedural. A compensation proposal for CC members appears headed for defeat. In its thread announcing the decision, Cardano Atlantic said that the current CC compensation governance proposal is unlikely to pass based on the vote tally and rationales, adding that it appears that the DREP community lacks appetite to compensate CC members, and our decision is not a negotiation tactic or a plea for yes votes. It just simply reflects a misalignment of expectations. It also noted a 100% voting participation record during its term and said it will not participate in any further proposals. Now, Charles Hoskinson, Cardano's founder, downplayed the disruption, arguing that a rotating committee is a design feature, not a flaw. The system works, and Cardano is designed to be self-reflective and self-healing. People retire and others take their place, he wrote in a response to Hosky on November 9th. Now, at issue is how the Cardano governance stack behaves when the CC slips beneath its configured minimum size. Now, under the CIP-1694, the blueprint for Cardano's Voltaire-era governance, this is an explicit protocol parameter, committee min size, representing the minimal number of non-expired committee members. Now, when membership falls below that floor, the Constitutional Committee will be unable to ratify government actions, meaning actions requiring CC assent cannot be enacted until the committee is replenished. Now, that matters immediately for categories such as Treasury withdrawals and protocol parameter changes, which require concurrent majorities from DREPs and the CC. In normal operations, these actions are ratified by at least 2 of these 3 governance bodies. You got the D-Reps, the SPOs, and the CC, with the policy specifying exactly which bodies must co-approve each action type. Now, Cardano's developer documentation confirms that Treasury withdrawals and parameter updates need both DREP and CC majorities with an under-seized CC. Now, these classes of actions stall regardless of DREP or SPO sentiment, and this is the practical sense in which the governance shutdowns occur, even if chain itself continues producing blocks and non-CC dependent votes can proceed. Now, ecosystem's reaction has been pragmatic, if tense. Jeremiah Trezor, a prominent DREP operating as a Cardano Yoda mandel pool, argued that the governance framework anticipated this scenario and predicted that within a month it will be possible to approve withdrawals again. But he also warned of fatigue among DREPs and friction over the CC pay. Now, 5 out of the 7 CC members believe that their work is demanding and are asking for compensation. While D-Reps are strongly against their proposal, the D-Reps are exhausted. Voting actually is decreasing every epoch. Now, from the D-Rep side, the theme of compensation or lack of consensus about it has become a flashpoint. Dory, a Cardano D-Rep, called for more discussions around compensation, attributing many no votes to the community's lack of prior discussions or failure to effectively communicate the reasoning behind CC rewards, and reminding that everyone has their own livelihood to consider. Now, viewed through the lens of governance mechanics rather than social drama, what happens next is a scripted by the CIP 1694. The community can seat new CC members and via the update committee governance action and or adjust thresholds. Until then, actions that depend on affirmative CC cannot be ratified. And at the time, ADA's price is trading at 59 cents right now. And where has it been so far? Let's look at ADA's current price. So where are you, Cardano? You are still number 10 position. So where have you been going lately? Last 24 hours, you're down 1%. We got the week-long chart. So a nice little move action, not too much, but an 8% increase in the week. Let's see. So when you look at the month chart, though, we are down 17%. Look at the year. So, I like the all-time chart a little bit better than that year one. So looking for a long term. So again, like we have not experienced an altcoin season yet. Like these little dips are rises right here. So this kind of looks like a sideways but slow increase. So I don't know about Cardano. Maybe it could still be a good hold for you guys. But as of right now, for like any projects to go through, I guess it's kind of like it's kind of like a shutdown until they replace that CC member out there. So let's see how long that takes. Some people in the DP side are just saying that it's only going to take a month. We'll get a new seat in there and then we will do withdrawals again. But what do you think? Do you think the CCs deserve to be compensated for the work they do with the Cardano ecosystem? Let me know down below. But let's take a quick commercial break now and we will be back with more crypto news. So be back in a second, guys.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine, Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
And we are back. And yes, guys, if you want to be a part of the club, join the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, go to bitcoinben.io and take advantage of all the programs we have to offer, from confidential bulk purchases, loans for Bitcoin, home to hodl, Beef Initiative, and many more programs on the way too. So, and plus our private key capital, which I will be talking about in a second because of SoFi out there, SoFi Bank launching crypto trades. But yeah, so definitely give us a call if you want any more information on the, if you want any more information about our programs, you want to be a part of the club, or you need help with crypto, we got you covered. So yeah, go to bitcoinben.io or give us a call at 941-413-8080. Now let's go back in the news. Yesterday we were talking about how Square fully rolled out to all businesses out there can now be accepting Bitcoin. And we're getting so many Twitter posts on just showing how easy it is. Now here's if you're wondering how it looks like and how easy people use Square already, this is what it looks like. So let me restart this video. So here we go. We got the total over here on the POS system. You're going to click charge. You're going to choose how to pay. He clicks on Bitcoin. It goes to the customer screen. Do they want to add a tip? 15%. Boom. There's a QR code you scan. You pull up your Bitcoin Lightning wallet. You scan that QR code. Boom. It's done. And there is so many videos showcasing that right now. And it's just that easy for businesses to start accepting Bitcoin. And if they're smart, they'll put that into their strategic reserve. So any cash payments they get, they'll use that normally. Or if they want to start a strategic reserve for their company, every Bitcoin transaction they accept, they should move it in there like Steak and Shake, because that is what Steak and Shake is doing. Every time you buy a Bitcoin burger or purchase your meal using Bitcoin, it goes into their reserve. So I believe we're probably going to be seeing a lot of businesses start taking on that strategy, which again will make Bitcoin even more scarce, because that's just more going into reserve, off the market, not being touched. So keep stacking those sats while you can. Now let's continue on with the news. We got some more altcoin news for you. Looks like the Uni token soars 35% following a fee switch proposal. So Uniswap tokens are getting a fee swap. So let's hear about this. So the unification plan aims to redirect trading fees to buy and burn Uni, and it was introducing deflationary tokenomics. So I guess Uni never had deflationary metrics before now. So Uniswap's governance token, Uni, dropped more than 35% in 24 hours after the founder, Hayden Adams, unveiled a sweeping governance proposal on November 11th, introducing a long-awaited fee switch that would redirect a portion of trading fees toward burning Uni tokens. Now, the move, dubbed unification, could reshape Uniswap's economic model and mark a turning point for decentralized financial protocols seeking sustainable token value. Now, this is a new chapter for Uniswap. For years, a fee switch that would share protocol revenue with Uni holders has been a central topic of debate in the Uniswap community, but it was also stalled due to regulatory concerns. Now, Adams stated in an X post that the hostile regulatory environment had previously prevented Uniswap Labs from engaging deeply in governance, and the core of the plan, according to Adams, involves churning on protocol fees, which would then be used to buy and permanently destroy or burn Uni tokens, creating a deflationary pressure on the cryptocurrency supply. Now, additional measures include sending fees from the Uniswap-based blockchain and the Uni chain to the same burn mechanism, and then immediately burning 100 million Uni from the project's treasury. Now, Adams framed this as a move to align incentives across Uniswap's ecosystem and position the protocol as the leading global decentralized exchange. Now, the market response was immediate and forceful. The Uni price moved from around $6.70 to a peak just under $10 per CoinGecko data. Now, with trading volume exploding to over $3 billion, the jump also saw the asset gain at least 74% over the last 7 days, outpacing the broader crypto market, which saw only a 6% increase in that same period. Now, the community and analyst outlook on it. So the proposal has generated lots of discussion and analysis across the crypto community. Market watchers were quick to model the potential impact, with crypto quant CEO Ki-Young Zhu predicting that Uniswap could go parabolic. Now, based on the past trading volume, he projected the fee mechanism could facilitate around $500 million in annual token burns, arguing that this could create a supply shock, especially with large amounts of Uni still held on exchanges. Now, Mega ETH Labs member Bread provided more detailed calculations, which suggested the fee switch could generate roughly 38 million in monthly buybacks, placing Uni ahead of other popular tokens with similar mechanics. Now, while some traders questioned if this positive news was already reflected in the price, Bread noted that the proposal adds extra value through sequencer fees and massive one-time treasury burns, suggesting that the market may still be processing the full implications. Now, this sentiment marks a sharp turnaround from earlier in the year. In August, Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan stated that Uniswap was undervalued at the time it boasted a $6 billion market cap. Now, the protocol has also faced challenges, including governance, centralization concerns highlighted in the ARXIV research paper from October, which found voting power was concentrated among a small group of large holders. However, these new proposals, which include a contractual agreement ensuring Uniswap's labs works in a lockstep with governance interests, and appears designed to address such criticisms. So Uniswap's getting some deflationary actions to it, so that's pretty good, and the token's booming because of it. But let's take a look at its price, actually. Like, where is Uniswap on the market cap? I know that's one of the top ones out there. Uniswap number 24. So we are currently at $8.99 right now. Let's take a look at that 24-hour change. Yep, we're still rising 30% on it. And yeah, he was saying like he doesn't expect. The article stated that the price action because of this news isn't priced in yet and is still being accumulated. So Uniswap could be a little bullish if you're looking for some day trades right now. Like, this could be a momentum of you getting into Uniswap, pulling out. No, I don't do those trades out there. I don't like that. I like hodling my coins. Let's keep it for the long term. Only pull during altcoin seasons and whatnot. But yeah, so Unitoken is doing that's some bullish news for Uniswap. So yeah. Now let's continue on. Let's talk about that SoFi news. Again, this is going to be all the talks right now. But $37 billion bank SoFi launches crypto trading for retail customers. So SoFi Technologies, Inc. announced the launch of SoFi Crypto. It is the first nationally chartered bank in the United States to offer crypto trading alongside traditional banking. Now, the new service lets customers bank, borrow, invest, and now buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies on one regulated platform. Now, the phased rollout of SoFi Crypto begins today. SoFi members can access leading cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, according to the report. Now, more digital assets will be added in the future updates, and the platform is built for both beginners and experienced investors, combining simplicity with professional-grade trading capabilities. Now, Anthony Noto, CEO of SoFi, called the launch a major milestone for modern banking. He said that blockchain will reshape global finance by enabling faster, cheaper, and safer transactions. Noto emphasized that SoFi Crypto provides a secure and regulated path for users to enter the digital asset market. Now, what they aren't saying is, do you get your private keys with that? Or are we just still trusting a third party to hold on to our crypto? And if something happens with them, my crypto's gone. So again, like all these banks are announcing, we're going to accept crypto trading and everything. It's not self-custody out there. They're still in control of the private keys. And we say it all the time in crypto, not your keys, not your coins. So if a bank doesn't provide you with your seed phrase and private keys, you may not want to store your crypto in there. So unlike our private key capital that we basically released, I think we're going to have a soft launch coming December 15th, but we are literally the world's first Bitcoin-backed hybrid treasury credit union, and you can earn 4% on holding your Bitcoin within the private key capital. And again, you get your own seed phrase with it, so you are in control of your private keys and your crypto, even when it's in private key capital. So again, like every time I get news on like the SoFi or banks allowing crypto, it's just like come on guys, tell me, is this just another exchange like thing? Because again, we say don't keep your money on the exchanges unless you get your seed phrase and private key. Don't keep your crypto on there. Keep that to heart. But let's continue on with the article and hear, like, I don't know who's custodying it, how they're doing it, or whatnot. But bank-grade security meets seamless crypto access. Now, SoFi Crypto operates with a high level of compliance and regulatory control. The firm has U.S. bank regulators who operate under it. The company indicated that consumers can conduct transactions with confidence since the site operates at the levels of an institution with high security and advanced encryption with clear operational standards. Now, within SoFi checking or savings accounts, members are able to purchase crypto with balanced funds, and these deposits reports are FDIC insured and have cash balances. Users can easily alternate between cash and crypto without any friction. Now, every time I see this, though, FDIC insured, like, I remember I had a client one time say, my Coinbase account was hacked and isn't it insured under FDIC? It's only the cash sitting on your cash account within Coinbase. So I wonder if this is the same thing. So I wonder if your crypto is not backed by FDIC insurance, but only the cash that are in the SoFi checking and savings account, not crypto. So always be aware of that. So in case again, SoFi gets hacked, you may be bum out of luck, guys. So just always keep that in mind, that self-custody is the most important thing, that you're in full control and whatever happens, it's on you. But the platform pointed to education as a cornerstone of the platform. In-app learning tools and lessons educate users about the crypto markets. The company also provides detailed risk disclosures, cautioning that crypto assets are neither FDIC nor SIPC insured and may lose all value. Now, rising trust drives blockchain's expansion. The 60% of members who already own crypto would prefer to trade with a licensed bank than an exchange, according to data the company said indicates that growing confidence in regulated financial institutions, and SoFi joins banks like Morgan Stanley, which also plan to roll out crypto trading for their customers. Now, the timing coincides with the resurgence of interest in digital assets. Crypto ownership is on pace to double in 2025, according to SoFi, and growing consumer interest in regulated platforms is also forcing banks to fall in line with their competitors. The platform seeks to satisfy this demand with reliability, transparency, and convenience. Now, outside of trading, SoFi aims to deploy blockchain further into the ecosystem. The company is introducing blockchain as a technology to fuel worldwide remittance systems. Now, this enables users to introduce. I already lost my track. This enables users to complete international money transfers more quickly and at lower costs. It also intends to release a USD stablecoin to optimize the cross-border payments. It also aims to integrate crypto in lending and infrastructure products. This may enhance faster lending, reduce transactions, expenses, and enhance financial accessibility. The platform claimed that more comprehensive approach will bring blockchain to all spheres of its services. And again, it's coming, guys. Everything's being tokenized, but everything's going to the blockchain, whether it is your bank account, whether it's insurance, whether it's life insurance, whether it's loans, lending, anything you can do at a bank is getting blockchainized and moving to crypto because it's faster, cheaper, and can be more smooth and streamlined to customers instead of going through a bunch of hassles to try to get a loan out or something. So again, we're just going to keep getting more bullish news. Now, again, this is the bullish news that I want you to see, because this would have impacts on crypto, not the McDonald's McRIB coming back doing it. So just had to point that. I said that in the very beginning about Bitcoin's price goes up with the McRIB. Not really. It doesn't really do it, but it was a fun article. But this is definitely a bullish news. That these are the articles you want to pay attention to for where that price swing could actually go to. So that is our SoFi news. Now let's talk about Coinbase to launch a platform for pre-listing token purchases, and that has boosted its shares by 4%. So if you ever want to get in those ICO, initial coin offering products out there, but you don't know how, but hey, if you use Coinbase, easy to use platform, this could be your chance to do it if you didn't want to dip into the DeFi space, because usually when you get into an ICO project, you need a Web3 wallet, so like MetaMask or Phantom wallet. You connect that to the ICO's webpage where the token is being listed, and then you make your purchase, and then you hope you get the coin in the end. But now it looks like you should be getting these options on Coinbase, which may be a little easier. I still always prefer the other route because it's DeFi and not centralized. But let's go through this article. So on Monday, Coinbase announced the launch of a new platform that will enable retail investors to purchase digital tokens before they are officially listed on the cryptocurrency exchange. Now, this initiative aims to provide equitable access to a broader range of tokens, ensuring clear disclosures and transparent terms for users. Now, Coinbase launches new token sales platform. At the outset, Coinbase aims to offer access to retail users across most regions worldwide, with plans for future expansion. And notably, this marks the first significant opportunity for U.S. users to participate in such token sales since 2018. Now, unlike traditional first-come, first-served sales that often fail to engage a project's true community, Coinbase's new token sale design prioritizes equitable access for many rather than favoring just a select few. Now, token sales will be open for a defined period, such as a 1 week, during which users can submit their requests. And once the withdrawal windows close, the algorithm will determine the final allocation for all participants. Now, Coinbase has emphasized its commitment to user-centric design, stating that the new sales model rewards genuine supporters with higher allocations priority. Now, users who sell their tokens shortly after listing, specifically within the first 30 days, may receive smaller allocations in the future sales, thereby prioritizing access for true enthusiasts of the project. Now, Mon token launch scheduled for next week. Was this the coin I was looking at? Oh, wait, no. Monad? Blockchain Monad? Hold on. I know I saw an article talking about Mon. Did Coinbase actually talk about it in this article right here? Correlation McRIB. So I gotta look at this guy. So hold on. Monday return. There were So it wasn't this article. I could have swore I saw Monad. Oh, Monad blockchain. Okay, so within the crypto, the significance of the McRIB return has been popularized by pseudonymous X user named Interbell, who works on the Monad blockchain team. So the Monad token. So this is the Monad blockchain. Was that it? The blockchain Monad project. I wonder if this is the same. I don't know. Let's continue on. Sorry for my little squirrel sidetrack. I just wanted to try to compare that. I was like, what's going on right here? But the exchange plans to host approximately 1 token sale each month, and on this new platform, utilizing its algorithm to manage token allocations. Now, initial purchases will be made using USD coin, a stablecoin pegged to the dollar, and issued by stablecoin issuer Circle. So you'll be using the USDC token to acquire these coins. Now, the Layer 1 blockchain Monad project is set to offer its highly anticipated Mon token on the platform for the first time next week between November 17th and the 22nd. Now, in its announcement, Coinbase stated that the initiative aims to address the challenges faced by token issuers and distributing their tokens to genuine users while simultaneously building robust exchange liquidity. The exchange also noted that the initial coin offering, once a popular fundraising method during the 2017 crypto boom, have seen decline due to increased regulatory scrutiny over investor protection and disclosure. Now, looking ahead, Coinbase has plans to enhance the token sales platform with additional features, including limited order and greater allocations for issuers' targeted user bases. And this launch is described as just the beginning of a new era of token distribution. Now, at the time of writing, the exchange's native tokens coin was trading at $316, a little over 4% increase on Monday, and this increase was also fueled by a recovery in the broader cryptocurrency prices, with tokens like Bitcoin and XRP leading the way. So guys, are you going to be using Coinbase's new kind of ICO token launch for when it comes out? Again, you get your first chance next week with the Mon token, so I don't know. Would you use Coinbase, or you try to find the actual ICO page to acquire that token? I don't know. Which one would I use? Probably find the ICO page, unless this is the only way to do it. But I don't know, guys. Let me know if you guys be using this Coinbase to get some initial coin offerings. But yeah, so that is our Coinbase news, and also their their stock is increasing as well because of the news. Now, lastly in the news, let's see. Looks like $73 billion in crypto lending boom shows that the market has rebuilt its leverage after the FTX collapse. So back when FTX collapsed, like all these lending protocols were going down. Three Arrows Capital, Celsius, Signature Bank. But it looks like we have come back to this to the all-time high levels since then. So let's go through this article to hear about this. So the crypto lending market has surged to a new record with $73.6 billion in outstanding loans reported for the third quarter of 2025. Now, this surpasses the previous peak hit just ahead of the FTX collapse in late 2021. Now, the data compiled and cited by industry trackers such as Galaxy Digital Research suggests that despite the fallout from FTX's scandal, crypto markets have reinvented the wheel, which could signal both renewed confidence and fresh vulnerabilities. So it's one or the other. But the spike in crypto lending was driven by retail borrowers, crypto treasury firms, and institutional players, pointing to a broader structural shift from the 2022 credit winter back to a leverage-enabled growth environment. Now, at the same time, some analysts warn that the architecture of borrowing remains deeply interconnected, raising concerns around systematic contagion should asset prices reverse. Now, what's fueling the crypto lending surge? Well, according to the reported data, crypto lending jumped nearly 3 times compared with the quarter one of 2024, when the market was still recovering from the last cycle's disruptions. Now, the $73.6 billion amount thumps the $69.4 billion recorded in quarter four of 2021, a period that immediately preceded multiple exchanges and bankruptcies, including the defunct FTX. Now, following FTX's collapse, many retail facing lenders and exchange backed credit desks imploded under the weight of cascading liquidations and counterparty defaults. Regulatory and industry responses followed, including tighter custody rules, more transparent disclosures, and improved auditing standards. Now, the development resulted in a number of positives for the crypto lending. First, borrowers used cryptocurrencies as collateral to access cash or stablecoins from crypto treasury units and decentralized finance protocols. Also, retail and institutional appetite is returning rapidly amid increasing crypto prices and easier access to crypto lending products. Plus, there's been an increase in yield-seeking behavior among investors and traders, where borrowed funds are deployed into high-yield crypto platforms, staking, or token-based arbitrage for gains. Now, experts have flagged ongoing crypto lending risks out there, so it's not just all foolproof. There's some things you gotta be aware of. So while there have been improvements to digital asset lending since 2021, analysts at Galaxy and other research institutions caution that where the structure is stronger, so are the risks. Now, the risk architecture shows familiar lines, including increasing debt, collateralized by volatile assets, and then riding on bullish sentiment. Now, they argue that borrowing is no longer siloed inside pure crypto ecosystems due to increasing transmission channels. Now that crypto lending feeds into regulated markets and mainstream capital pools, as such, the high volume of borrowing raises questions about systematic risk. The concerns include collateral dependency from many loans being backed by crypto assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which could result in a sharp downturn and force a quick unwind and loss. Additionally, some borrowing flows are layered, for example, DeFi protocols and lending into centralized brokerage, which then lend further, thereby increasing interdependence. And in short, these analysts argue that markets have rebuilt leverage, but the same triggers that caused large-scale failures remain present right there. So again, if prices dip and you have a loan against your Bitcoin, you need to put in some more collateral to make up for that price dip. But again, that's like the risk out there. If you don't put in that capital, then they will liquidate your position, get their money back. Boom, that's all done. But again, when you do, this is the risks you're taking on, because the other side of it, like, hey, well, if we're bullish, Bitcoin keeps going up. You didn't need to put in any extra collateral. Plus, the value of Bitcoin went up, which then you can pay off that loan even faster. And again, when you have borrowed money, it's not taxable, so you got that effect as well. So again, there's some positive news to it, but there's also still risks that still be in place. So if you're going to take out a loan for crypto, do it wisely and smart. Please don't do it at the peak when we're at all-time highs, because that's when you will get hurt the most. But that is it for the news I have for you guys. So let's take a look at our quick fear and greed index. Where are we at right now? We are at a 31 fear. So I think we're up from the 27. We're making our way back to greed territory. But again, if Bitcoin doesn't go beneath 100, I can see the fear and greed index continue to increase, but Bitcoin dips beneath the 100, expect fear to take over again. People are going to sell, but that's always the best time to buy, because when people are fearful, it's a good time to buy, but when people are greedy, then the market may be due for a correction. So, but that is it for the news today. Just also, let's see, is there anything else I wanted to show here? I'm looking on X right now. I just want to do something. Let's see, where are you at? Janet, there we go. I just wanted to also, before we close out, I want to wish our Chief Marketing Officer at Bitcoin Ben World Ventures, Miss Janet Gatewood, a very happy birthday today. Hope you have an awesome and wonderful day. You're so awesome. I love you, Janet. And yeah, so guys, everyone wish Janet a happy birthday. She is our Chief Marketing Officer at Bitcoin Ben World Ventures, also an award-winning realtor. So I hope you have a blessed and awesome day, Janet. Now, everyone, have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow with more crypto news, or if you're a member of the club, I will see you in half an hour for our crypto class on navigating the crypto market. So we will see you soon, guys. Everyone take care. And
what if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine, Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts